Welcome, everybody. We are Home Base Games, and it's Magical Monday.
Back to our Triwizard tournament. Today we are going to have Albus Dumbledore face off against Professor Minerva McGonagall. So a battle of the headmasters, if you will.
Yeah, that's how I actually advertised it. You didn't see it, but
you?
that's how I said a battle of headmasters.
Nice. There we go.
And
right.
Amelia was like, yeah, that's super cool. I wish I saw that in Harry Potter, but it's also a great TCG match.
Yeah, I don't know that Dumbledore and McGonagall would ever face off against each other in that universe, but yes, for sure. ABT, it'll be interesting to see. I know he was excited about the Dumbledore card just because of the ability, so we'll see how he does. That deck is actually going to be very heavy potions. I think it's mono potions, right? Yeah, interesting. It's actually interesting.
Yeah, so this deck was submitted by one of the Revival guys, Sammy.
Okay.
And he called it Dumbledore's Brew.
Okay.
And
that's cute. I like it.
Mono green.
All right. We'll try it out.
Potions. A lot of these cards, like, I don't know. We'll see.
That's okay.
But some of these guys are pretty clever and figuring things out that I haven't figured out. So.
That's why I love taking decks from the community, because you know, you and I are so new to this game still. Yeah. I think that they come up with some really interesting things, especially when we can start including the Eris Slytherin stuff. So just a quick look at our bracket. We are on the top-ish right, second match down, our Headmaster Showdown. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, speaking of which, did you grab my McGonagall starting card? Or is that in this deck somewhere?
Actually, it might be...
Might be in the box behind you?
Yeah, it might have never been pulled out.
Yeah, that's fair. We can grab it really quick. So while Gold Leader's looking for that, I'll start just flipping through my deck. So I'm playing McGonagall. And this is a heavy red-brown deck. Mostly brown, with a splash of red. Is really
so
what
that was actually submitted from our friend Carlos. Oh, he's a local.
He is.
And we haven't seen him really since COVID. Actually, not really. We haven't seen him since COVID.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't, even before then.
But yeah, we used to play with him games, and like on Friday nights, we'd play Magic, Star Wars Destiny, and he's big into Harry Potter. So that's actually his deck.
Cool.
And,
love it.
It's fun to talk to him about it because he talks like me, like talks about it in relation to Magic and how he built the deck. He's like, he like sent me tips, like it's like this and you do that, which I thought was pretty cool. But I did notice, I already noticed a slight flaw in his deck.
Okay.
And he's gonna get away from it with this one, but as we go through the deck,
you'll spot it. You'll point it out.
Let's see if someone else can spite where there might be a weakness in the deck.
All right, so
one of the casual observers.
Yeah, so here's his deck list. There's 4 copies of Sandstone Gargoyle. I'm assuming 4 copies of Black Bat. Yes, 4 copies of that. Piece of my hair stuck in the cards. That happens a lot around here.
Just like the auto includes of the brown cards.
For sure, yeah. 3 copies of Marble Gargoyle.
Yeah.
4 copies of Cornish Pixie. That's one of the new Revival cards. I actually just love the theminess of that card.
That card is so cool. That card reminds me of a Magic card very much. It's a very cool card.
Okay.
That's a card I like when I get like proxies printed. I might have to get like 20 of that card printed.
We have 2 copies of Hedwig. ABT, apparently you're getting a little emote heavy. That's fine.
No, there's nothing wrong with emotes.
It just got blocked by the spam because sometimes people assume that the spam filters assume that
hilarious.
Too many emotes is spam. So maybe I can adjust those settings just for you, ABT, so you can include just the right amount of emotes. There's 2 copies of Welsh Green Dragon. 2 copies of Peeves.
Speaking of, I need to get some own some Welsh Green Dragons.
Right.
Don't own them yet.
2 copies of Hannah. 3 Through the Arch. And then we get to the portrait color, the red cards. 1 Dobby's Disappearance. 4 picking on Neville. And then, of course, 4 Steelclaw. Everybody could have figured out that that was going to be in this deck. All right, and then it's 25 Care of Magical Creatures lessons. No red lessons, I'm assuming just because of McGonagall. Although, I was going to say, I suppose the weakness is that in Heir Slytherin, there are cards that turn off your professor ability, right?
Yeah.
So these could probably be half and half. I don't know that there's any reason why you would need...
We're playing it as is.
Yeah, I mean, we are. But you're right. That's... Yeah.
I would.
Are you proud that I thought of it?
Yeah. As soon as I saw that, because if you didn't watch one of our streams, it was one of the first ones.
It was. Because we were so confused. We're like, why did somebody include this?
Somebody included a random 2 charm lessons
in a Flitwick deck.
In a Flitwick deck, and we're like, why would they do that? This makes no sense. And then we played, and somebody played Dumbledore's. I think it was Dumbledore's suspension or Dumbledore. I think it was Dumbledore's suspension. It was an Heir Slytherin.
It was a new card.
And they played it, and it turned off
your starting character's ability.
Yeah, and I was like,
including the lesson it would provide.
And then I happened to have one of those lessons in my hand, so I did not lose.
Yeah. I think it was I happened to have one of those.
One of us.
Yes, correct.
Well, whatever.
But yes. So that is a weakness when you're using Heir Slytherin.
Yeah, it's just something to be aware of now. All right, so here we go. 3 copies of Holiday with Hags.
I can read
4 copies of Alihotsy Draught.
Yeah.
4 copies of
Basilisk
Fang.
Yeah, Basilisk.
I like that card. 4 copies of Dragon Poison. Now, I am kind of surprised that some of these cards ended up being spells and not items. Like Dragon Poison. Sounds like an item, not a spell. So 4 copies. Actually, pretty cool. I got a foil one. And it's from Chamber of Secrets. So.
There you go.
And then we have 4 copies of...
The hair is just getting everywhere these days. I need to get it cut.
Dragon's Blood. So, many dragons were slain to make this deck. 4 copies of...
Draught of Living Death.
Poca de Morto Vivo.
Poção do Morto Vivo.
We actually don't have 4, so we're using 2 of the Portuguese ones that we're borrowing.
Yep.
4 Draught of Living Death. And 4 Fatiguing Fusion.
Nostalgia Collectibles agrees heavily and strongly that he gets upset when when spell cards that sound like items aren't items.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not the only one that thinks it's weird.
Nope, you're not.
Cauldron Calamity. 4 copies of that bad boy. 2 Copper Cauldrons.
I think there's 2 in the sideboard. I think that's probably what you're thinking 4.
Yeah, and then 2 copies of Seamus Finnigan. This guy's really popular. But getting extra actions makes sense.
Yeah.
And then 1 good old Snape. Actually, 2 good old Snapes.
You gotta go and find the ones that I printed for you.
We're using them all.
I printed like 14.
I didn't cut out the newest ones that but we're using them all. So we're using the real foil ones.
I was gonna say, like, I just printed 2 whole sheets
and
of
then
them.
23 of these bad boys.
Yeah. So McGonagall's ability, if you're not familiar, she obviously provides a Transfiguration lesson resource for me to be able to play those red cards. And then once per game, you may discard the adventure your opponent has played without getting the reward. And Dumbledore, if you have at least 4 lessons in play, your spell cards with a printed power cost of 6 or more need 2 less power to play. So he'll try to cheat out some of the expensive spells. Which I just love the theminess of that. The fact that, like, the idea that Dumbledore can cast spells when other people can't. I just think that's on point for
you didn't notice the flaw in the McGonagall? We were just talking about it, ABT. The flaw is that it is susceptible to
I think it is Dumbledore's
suspension from Air Slytherin.
Yeah, let me check.
Which is a new card.
I'm just accio.cardsing it right now. Yes. Play this card if you have at least 4 lessons in play. The effect of the adventure. Your opponent's starting character loses all abilities, including any lessons provided.
Can you pop it on the screen?
I could try. Let's see. Nope.
While I'm shuffling? No.
I'll have to just save it. 1 second. Part 2. Oh, and it's like that, of course. I don't know if I can do anything about that.
Rotate it.
I don't know if I can rotate it in OBS. Sorry about that. But you guys can, look at it sideways. Sorry. One of those flaws in the copy pasting / downloading is all of those sideways cards are portrait by default. But that is a new Air Slytherin card that will turn off the effect of your starting character, including the lessons. So if your opponent's playing that and you're banking on only getting the lesson color from your starting character, you might walk into a booby trap there.
Yeah. That's the kind of design that I'm actually loving with Air Slytherin, that they are like finding these cards that are filling these roles where like that card, if someone plays that card, it doesn't just like normally devastate you. But if you like don't plan around it, it could devastate you.
For sure, agreed.
I think that's a very well designed adventure card in my opinion.
Yeah, I think
that's the kind of denial that I like.
Yes.
Not like, oh, you generically can't use like 4 actions.
Right.
You know, like caught by Snape. Literally, you can't do any actions.
Yes, correct. All right, so we'll get going here.
Yeah, I gotta shuffle good.
So, what are we rolling for initiative?
Green lightning bolts.
Lightning bolts, okay. One.
You got one. That one's
good.
Good.
Oh man, that's Yahtzee. I got like the weighted one on every single die. You also got one. And you did too! Oh my gosh! These dice are loaded right now.
It happens.
Oh, snap.
Come on.
Beat 3.
So I called my shot the other day. Can I do it again?
3's a lot. I mean.
4.
Yeah.
4 lightning bolts.
Already none. No. Yeah, already not.
We were playing this game called Marvel Champions. It's something that we stream every Friday night. And I just had the worst hand ever. Like, could not play anything. And everybody on my team was helping me draw cards.
Yeah, so that he has like a better turn. It's a cooperative game.
So I could do something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on. I didn't even say come on. I'm like, Nick Fury.
Yeah.
And I flipped the top card and it was Nick Fury.
Yep.
It felt pretty good.
It did.
It was like Babe Ruth calling the home run.
Uh-huh. All right.
One of those exciting gaming moments.
Yeah, it happens.
Again, another amazing Marvel Champions moment that we didn't have recorded.
Yeah. It's a little hard to have those recorded when you're playing with
a group of 4. Yeah.
This seems real risky. Hand of 1 lesson, and everything is 4 or more in my hand. Now, granted, I have 2, but that seems risky.
Mm-hmm.
Could pay off, though, if I can get to 4. Nah. I'm going to ship it back. I don't like being at the mercy of the top of my deck to be able to play any card in my hand.
Fair enough.
In this game, it's a little better because you have the ability to draw extra cards, but...
And honestly, it's the nice thing about this game versus like Magic. So in this game, like you're just trying to get to a threshold of resources.
Correct.
Whereas like Magic, if you miss a land drop and you're just behind a land drop, it's different. It's just different to be behind a land drop as opposed to not hitting a threshold.
Correct. 100%. I totally agree with you. But it just feels bad to me when I don't have the ability to play the cards in my hand. So we'll ship it back. Oh, that's an interesting way of determining initiative. Nostalgia. I didn't even know that there was a Middle Earth CCG. That must be an older game.
It's way before your time. So yeah, there's a Middle Earth CCG. It was like the first Lord of the Rings game. It's very expensive, and I've never actually played it, but it basically, if there was and this is why I didn't really play this game. If there was a game,
are you okay?
I'm good.
Okay.
If there was a game that came out, from between like 1993 and like 2005, I didn't play it unless it was Magic or Star Wars.
Sure.
Because I was a kid and I only had so much money. All right. Which is why I never played Harry Potter.
Oh, and they had a commander effect too? Oh, interesting. All right.
All right, so we're just going to lesson.
All right. Did you draw your card?
I did.
Okay. Making sure.
It's easy to remember to draw my card on the second turn.
I'm just being sure.
The first turn that's difficult.
Just being sure. That's all. All right. So lesson and
Creature Train.
Sandstone Gargoyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Creature Train's the starting. Go ahead.
Oh boy. All right, so draw.
Yep.
Gotta figure out how this is gonna work. So we're gonna play All right, I'm already starting to see how this deck works.
Are you really in the tank that much? It's her too.
This deck has some interesting things.
Okay.
So I'm going to play Cauldron Calamity.
All right.
So this is a new card, I think.
Yeah, it's an air card. Yeah.
And to play this card, I have to discard a potion lesson.
Any number from play. For each lesson discarded this way, do 2 damage to an opponent or to a creature of your choice.
So,
yes, discard 1, deal 2, and that'll kill this guy.
Yep.
Correct. Interesting. That's cool. Welcome, Vaughn. Nice to see you.
And I'm done. Those 2 actions.
Draw. Okay, let's go with lesson and black bat.
Okay.
So deal your 2.
Okay.
And go ahead.
Draw. Okay. Let's do Snape.
Sure.
Done.
You got it. Draw. Take 2 for my bat.
Taken 2.
Play a Marble Gargoyle.
Okay.
And Steelclaw. So 5, 7.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
So we'll play a Holiday with Hags
Mm-hmm.
for an action.
You may use an action to discard this card from play. If you do, put up to 2 lessons of the same type from your discard pile into play. Oh, one of the other air cards. Yeah. I really like that, because especially since potions makes you discard
Actually,
lessons
I'm going to do something a little differently.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm going to place Seamus first with both my actions. And then I'm going to discard 2 cards. Is it 2 cards? Discard 2 cards.
Correct.
To play the Holiday with Hags.
Sure.
And I'm done.
You got it. Draw. So 7.
7 again.
Yep.
Okay. That deck might be too fast.
I also got a good opener, but yeah. Let's do another lesson. And a Pixie. So when you deploy this, look at an opponent's hand. You may choose a card from it and place it under this card. And when the Pixie leaves play, it's returned to your hand.
So I just have 2 copies of Cauldron of Calamity.
Oh, okay. So one of them is going under here.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Okay.
That's it.
Draw. So action. Play that. And we'll play Cauldron of Calamity to play this card. Discard any number of lessons from play. For each lesson, discarded 2 damage to an opponent or to a creature of your choice. You may choose the same target multiple times. So it sounds like you just do whatever you want. So let's go bang. Just blow these guys up.
So this one has
2,
3 health.
4.
Right, exactly. So you want to, those guys. Perfect. You got it.
And I'm done.
All right.
Oh, no. I'm going to use
Snape.
Snape.
That's fine. Activated. I will use both of my actions to play Hannah. And you have to take 1 damage when you're done with your Snape thing.
I have to take what?
1 damage from my Pixie when you're
okay.
done with your Snape
Sure.
shuffle.
All right.
Okay. There you go. Take your turn.
All right. Draw. We will take an action. You may use an action, discard this card. If you do, put 2 lessons into play.
Yep.
And then next action will be to just draw a card.
Got it.
Done.
Draw. Take 1. I will use Hannah's ability to trade 2 lessons for 2 non-healing cards on my discard pile, which are going to be 2 big creatures.
Yep.
And play them.
Yeah.
So it's the same 2 from before.
Done.
Done.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play an action. And then I'm going to draw, kill those things again.
Okay. Got it.
And then I'm going to pass.
Okay. Draw. You take 1. Draw. And draw.
Okay. I'm gonna discard these to Seamus to draw a card.
Okay.
Or get an action.
Yep.
And then I'll use an action to draw. An action to draw. Use an action to draw.
Okay. Draw. You take 1. Let's use both of my actions to play Peeves.
Okay.
And let's use it.
What does it do?
Discard your hand, draw 7.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Draw. I guess we will just... We're going to discard this and this to Seamus.
Okay.
Three actions. So 1, 2, 3.
You got it.
And we're done.
Draw. You take one. Let's play Hedwig as my first action, which lets me go get a non-healing card from my discard pile and put it in my hand. I think I'm just going to go get a Marble Gargoyle and play it as my second.
Okay. Done?
Yes.
Draw. All right, so I'm gonna play a lesson, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus Dumbledore.
Yep. So you can get to 7. Yep.
So I can get to 7. Not helpful.
7 for a spell card specifically.
Actually, I'm not gonna play a lesson then.
Okay. Does getting to 2 more help you if you use that as an action?
Yeah.
I guess you only net 1 more.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to discard 2 cards to Seamus.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to sacrifice this to get 2 green lessons.
Yep. So 2 more actions. And now you should be able to...
And then...
if you play 1 more lesson, then you can get to 8.
Yeah. So, out of cards again. Just hitting the non-efficient cards. Okay. I think I played this wrong. I'll play that and then I'll kill the marble.
Yep. With what?
Yeah, with fatiguing poison.
Okay. Fatiguing fusion.
And I'm done.
All right. Draw. You take 2 damage.
Yep.
Let's play a Sandstone Gargoyle.
All right, I'll concede. We'll go to the next game. The gargoyles might be too much for this deck. They just hit way too hard.
They do hit very hard.
They hit way too hard for this deck. And I have to sacrifice resource. I only drew the only cards I drew to kill things were things I had to sacrifice resources for.
I don't know if your sideboard's going to help you at all.
No, it's not. Well, it might help me a little bit. But there's...
So my sideboard...
I'm actually missing a ton of cards from this sideboard.
Are you missing just the Chamber of Secrets cards that we missed? I think there was 3 of them.
There's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another card I'm missing. I don't know what it is.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I got my 10. So the sideboard here is a Marble Gargoyle, 3 copies of Pep Talk, a Through the Arch, 2 Madam Pomfreys, then Raven to Writing Desk, 2 copies of that, and 1 Flying Motorbike. So, thinking through what I might want, I was just going to check the sideboard list from...
Yeah. There's a card I'm missing. I'm not sure what it is.
So it should be 2 Malevolent Mixture, 2 Hagrid Needs Help, 2 Copper Cauldron, 1 Potions Project, and 3 Chambers of Secrets.
Potions Project. That's what I'm missing.
So, Potions Project. is an uncommon spell, costs 5. That's the one where I have to mill until I hit 2 lessons from my deck. So while it probably makes sense for me to put another Through the Arch into this, that just seems like horrible for you.
I mean, just sideboard, whatever. It's fine.
I don't even really want to play it.
This
It would just annihilate your deck.
This could be a bad matchup.
Yeah, that's why I'd rather have a closer game than play that. So
no, but we're doing a tournament, so you just play the right stuff. It is what it is.
Pep Talk is just, I feel like it's just okay against you when you have Seamus. You kind of get around that. Through the Arch, I feel like just annihilates your deck. You just can't play spells.
Unless you, beat this thing. What is the solve? Skips 4 actions. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to put in 2 cards. So I'm just putting in these because I think I just need to have as many lesson generating things as possible.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
That way I can just willy-nilly destroy my mana base or my lesson base and not worry about it.
Yeah. So I might pull out the Peeves because I think they probably help you more than they help me, and put in another Through the Arch and another Marble Gargoyle.
Yeah, the Peeves helped me. I was dead if you didn't play the Peeves.
And then I'll put Win over there. This deck is very fast.
Yeah, the deck's incredibly fast. Well, especially your start was ridiculous.
Yes, it was. I will not deny it.
But I mean, it's got a lot of.
I feel like it's also
consistency.
Yeah, I feel like this is just not a great matchup for the Dumbledore deck though, because like Potions always I feel like is a little more of a setup style.
Yeah, I mean, they seem like they have some idea.
I feel like they have a hard time dealing with really fast, almost aggro matches.
The issue that I was running into was that I was having to do so much to deal with one of your threats.
Yeah.
And I think what I probably should have done was just, I don't know, I think try to race, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because my spells hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I should have just tried to get to the 5 resources in play and just
maybe
try racing.
Who knows?
But I was so I was
I was hitting you for 7 every turn.
Well, no, on turn 4 you hit me for 14.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that put me so far behind that I was trying to stabilize.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all. Okay. I assume you want to go first?
Yeah, I need to be on the play, have a chance here, I think. All right, we'll see. Trying to do the potions justice here.
And again, like you said, sometimes you just get bad matchups, but...
Interesting.
I love the idea of having a mono green. Although it's odd that it's mono green spells, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll stick with this.
Go ahead. Draw your card.
Draw. And lesson.
Yep.
Go.
Same deal over here. Go ahead.
Draw. Seamus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Gargoyle or Gargoyle.
Discard for an action.
3.
Yep. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Go.
So you'll take 6.
Yep.
Lesson and bet.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Draw. Draw.
Okay.
Let's just play Drought of Living Death.
Oh, sure. So
And
discard 2 to hit me for 12.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
All right. Draw, hit you for 8.
Yeah. 8?
Yeah,
Those
3,
two...
6,
okay.
8. They do 2 more.
Okay.
And let's use Through the Arch.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm dead. Can't play any cards now.
What I figured.
Yep. Okay, so I might as well discard my spells. Get another action.
Yeah, so you'll do it 3 times. Like you solve this by skipping through 4 actions.
Correct. So I'll do 3 times.
You've got it 3.
And that's all I can do.
Okay. Draw, take 8.
Yep. Steelclaw for 8 more.
Nope, don't have it. I'm just gonna play Hannah.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Draw. So skip an action. Then I guess.
Your reward is you may put an item card from your discard pile into your hand.
Into my hand. Brutal.
Yep. Although maybe you can just take one you don't care about and stack it into Seamus.
Alright, so I'll take a Copper Cauldron.
So you have 1 action.
Yep, and I guess I'll just play it.
Sure.
And then I'll be done.
Yep. 8.
Yeah.
Bat. And a dragon.
Okay. And I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not a great matchup, I think.
Yeah, the gargoyles. The gargoyles
this is just so it's so many creatures so quickly.
I don't think you can play mono potions unless there's they ever print a potions card that at a low cost can like deal damage to something and not make you sacrifice resources to do it. The Cauldron Calamity was nice. It bought me some time. The problem is those gargoyles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even close. It was just a slaughtering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
It was probably one of the fastest matches I've ever played.
Yeah,
and I was excited to play this deck, but
it's one of those decks that I feel like if it was in a better matchup,
yeah, I don't know what I could have done differently. The problem is like again
it was so much pressure,
and then I wasted 2 turns on that one.
Yes.
On the Through the Arch, you can't play spells card.
That's why I said to you, like, that card is just gonna annihilate you because your whole deck is based on
all the removal cards are based on playing spells. So you just set up 3 big creatures and I could never kill them.
Right.
If I didn't draw, the only cards I had that were early cards to deal with creatures was Cauldron of Calamity, this is a new card, and I like the way this works, where you can like deal damage to multiple things. That was awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this deck needs a better sideboard plan against creatures.
I would agree with that.
I think definitely for riding the Centaurs.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's another one of those like deck tech ones where I'd love to see if we can make a mono green thing work. I don't know if I would rather have it be maybe mono green actual doing like potion making rather than mono green spells.
There's only, I mean, a lot of the spells are like potion cards. They just happen to be spells, like people said. Like
that's true.
The Dragon's Poison, the Dragon's Blood.
Yeah.
Like Dragon's Blood should just be an item, but it's a spell.
Correct.
Dragon Poison should be an item, but it's a spell.
Yeah. True. Don't worry, ABT. I am going to adjust some of those spam protection settings so you can do more caps and emotes. Because apparently the default settings are quite low. So I'll adjust those a little bit.
But I liked the idea of being able to play very expensive cards with Albus.
I agree. And especially because the potions ones, A, are more expensive. B, do deal lots of damage, so they can help catch you up.
Right.
And C, because so many potions things make you sacrifice your potions lessons, having the discount from Albus makes those expensive potions cards potentially playable.
And they had
I love the idea.
And the Holiday with Hags is a sweet card for potions because like this is another really nicely designed card. The only problem is this card was basically giving you 2 actions or 2 resources, but at the cost of 2 actions.
Right.
Where I really didn't, as much as I liked that, I really just wanted to get like Copper. I wanted to get more of these in play, because just get them in play and then just shotgun all my resources into my Cauldron Calamities. So I almost felt like I needed more of these than the Holiday with. I actually feel like you needed both.
I do love that Holidays with Hags. I think
but again,
that's great.
I feel like the problem that this deck would suffer from, at least in this matchup, is that I spend my turn going action, play a lesson, or play an item, and you just go action creature, and now I have to go action to respond to that creature. And I was constantly playing catch up, and by the time I was trying to respond, my responses to your threats
were
don't
not
line
as
up.
efficient.
They're just new. And then they
hurt you far more almost than like the creatures do in a way, because they put you like, while you're dealing with my threats, you're also putting yourself behind by sacrificing your own permanence.
Right. Yes. Yeah. That was. And even though I could like get basically 5 resources cast the whole deck with Albus, I was just light on resources.
Yeah.
But I think like, as they come out with more sets, more cards, I think they'll be able to make more archetypes viable.
Yeah, I just think like creatures were just a little too strong,
too fast,
and too fast, particularly against that matchup. But
what I think would be interesting is like and I don't know if there's a precedence in Harry Potter. Vaughn would know, but like, would there be a creature that could be like a potion creature? Like
a creature that's brewed?
Yeah. Like, could there be like a creature that would be in the potion's color?
I mean,
like, because I feel like that has probably happened in the like. I feel like I've seen something like that. No,
I mean, other than like a Slytherin themed or Slytherin symbolism for a creature like a serpent or a basilisk or something like that. There's no, I've not seen or know
There's
of
no
anything.
potion that makes a creature or makes a nothing?
Not that I know of.
That's kind of surprising.
I mean, there's spells that do that. But maybe there could be, I could see there being a potion that would allow you to, mind control a creature of your opponent's.
Well, that would just be the dream.
Yeah.
That would just be the dream for me.
Of course
I'm all about the mind control.
Yeah, just take control of your opponent's creature, maybe even just for a turn.
Who needs creatures when you could have your opponents?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
That would be a great way to balance creatures, I think.
Yeah.
Because they're just.
Well, it's just the gargoyles are rough because like you're penalized.
They're so punishing.
Well, you're penalized for a card that you can't put in your deck because it's not your color.
Correct.
That's where the gargoyles get you really bad.
Correct.
They hit so hard, and it's like, well, if you don't have that color, it would be nice to have. That's why I was thinking it would be cool if like that would be a fun design if they made like, a creature, even if there was a green creature that had no attack and it just like sat here just to laugh at the stupid gargoyles would be amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Vaughn actually has an interesting idea of like maybe having plant-based creatures interact with potions, because a lot of plants and or plant-ish creatures are used as potions ingredients. So I think that would possibly be a thing. Vaughn was mentioning like the mandrakes, or like if somehow interacting with the venomous tentacular situation similarly. But yeah, it's just, I feel like potion is just a little slow, and this was just a little fast. It just wasn't a great matchup.
I still think that deck would be tough against a lot of decks. It's fast.
Agree.
It's just very fast.
It is
and
wicked
very
fast. Wicked fast and angry. Definitely. All right, well, that was a quick one tonight. I believe next week we're actually going to finish off our limited packs.
Yep.
So look forward to that. Are we going to do another draft, or are we going to do some kind of a sealed, or have we decided what we're going to do with the last of our Portuguese packs?
I haven't decided quite yet what we're gonna do. We're still kind of tweaking the leaders, the starting wizards. And
well, I think we should use the other ones.
Well, I want to use the other ones, but we're also like kind of tweaking the abilities and stuff and whatnot. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. But we'll definitely do another limited next week, Monday.
So with the last of our.
That'll be the last of our packs, and then we'll ship the packs back to Perez Dev. Thanks again. We got to use I got to play a Portuguese Draught of Living Death, which was cool.
You did. So. Yeah. Deal me 12 with a potion de, I can't remember what it was, Morto Vivo, I think.
I want a potion that, like, for cheap, copies another potion. So, like, I can play a potion.
Yeah.
Like, I can play a potion and then.
Effects.
Yeah. And like double it.
It would actually be cool if like there was another version of Snape who that was an ability of his. Where he could.
Yeah, there really isn't a Snape that is like doing something amazing with alchemy.
Right. Well, or potion making.
Potion making, because like that's what he was. Like he was like amazing at it. That's why he was
the Half-Blood Prince.
Right.
Spoiler.
I guess we have to wait till book.
Spoiler 15 years later.
I guess we have to wait till book 6 to get the Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah, probably.
We're only on book 2.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously he's still just a very good potioneer. So
yeah,
I that's something that I would be interested in, honestly, is having, with the revival guys, like having different versions of the professors. I think that would be.
I think different versions of the. There's also probably a lot of characters. It's always tough when you're designing things. Like it's always tough to like. You want to have like all the versions of the characters represented, but on the same token, you also want to make sure you get to all the stuff that was not represented.
Right, exactly.
With only 5 sets.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yep,
I mean, we still don't have cool things like Death Eaters and like there's a.
Oh yeah. We're on book 2, which is like.
We don't have a Patronus Charm.
Yeah, because that's book 3.
I know.
All right, well, until next week, ladies and gents and wizards and muggles, we will finish out our last limited, as we said, and then back to the Triwizard tournament bracket. So we'll just kind of flip here. So obviously, McGonagall advances, and then we will continue on. So until next week, thanks to everybody. Always love seeing you in chat and interaction with us. That's one of the best parts of our streams. So thanks for jumping in, and we'll see you all for next Magical Monday.